Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I've been MIA for a while, but I'll talk about everything on my next video. So to start off, I'm going to prime my face. You can get this primer from Clicks. I made sure that every product that I used was under 100 Rand. Nothing was over 100 Rands. So I will be putting the prices on the screen as always. And then this primer feels like a lotion, guys. It feels like a lotion. It's not my typical primers that I've used. Yeah, it smells and feels like a lotion, but I feel like it does the job. So I've already done my eyebrows, and I used my pencil from China Mall, and then cleaned up the eyebrows with my LA Girl Cosmetics concealer. So this is the pencil that I used, the pencil that I always use, even though I have bought like a few eyebrow products, but I still go back to this one. For foundation, we have the brand Passion Pro in the shade Wheat. It is $49.95. With the shade, guys, I picked the shade when I got in store. Yeah, I was just gambling, but I feel like it's not far off from my shade. It's just fine. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna use this brush to just spread it over my face, just to make sure that I have the right amount of foundation before I blend everything out. So with the foundation, while I was doing this, I noticed that it was actually what can I say? It was what's this? What's the word? It was splitting. Okay. You could see that something ain't it. So they claim that this foundation is mattifying. However, honestly, I did not see it being matte. It does not feel matte. As you guys can see, you can actually even see that it looks a bit illuminating. So if you are a oily skin girl and you want a mattifying foundation, this foundation is not for you, even if it claims that it's mattifying. But I did not find that at all. As you can see, that my skin still looks illuminating, and the primer that I used just says, it claims that it's smoothing. So yeah. And then for concealer, I'm going to go in with my Elegant Pro Concealer in the shade Creamy Beige. I've had like these concealers for years. I started off with these concealers. I haven't used them in a while, okay? So yeah, I had to like leave them on to dry up a bit, and then to contour, I'm going to use the other one in the shade Espresso. So like I forgot how good this concealer is, and that a little goes a long way. As you guys can see, I just did like 2 dots or 3, but it was a lot for my cheeks. So yeah, just be mindful when using it. So with my under eye, I felt like I should have left it for maybe a minute or more than a minute, because I'm used to now the Revlon concealer, which dries down quicker. So I did blend this concealer out quick, and I should have left it for at least a minute for it to be fuller coverage and for it to go a long way. So to contour, I'm going back in with that espresso shade, just to contour my nose. And then I'll just blend everything out with my foundation brush as usual. Did not pick any product, just using it as is. Okay, I know I've been missing, but yeah, I'll just talk to you guys in my next video and tell you what's up. I'm currently we've moved, so we're in the new place. But yeah, we'll talk about everything when the time comes. But can you see how snatched my nose is? Okay, period. So I'm just going to blend everything out with my foundation brush just to make sure that everything is blended before we move on to powder. Okay, so just making sure that I don't have any creasing under my eye, blending everything out, blending out the concealer under my eye. We don't want any harsh lines, no creasing, nothing. So you make sure that you blend that out before moving to powder. So this is an alternative concealer that you guys can use. It's also under 100 rand. So I just wanted to show you guys that other concealer, and just to brighten up that button on my nose. Okay, I made that button. And then to set, I'm going to use this Illegal setting powder, or is it loose powder? But yeah, whatever it is. I'll be using it in the shade Banana. It's quite hard to dispense out of the container, but you just need to be patient, and that's one thing that I do not have. Okay, so to set my under eye, I will be using that brush. So I'm just gonna pick up a bit of powder, set before baking. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that I'm setting that concealer and making sure that I set into those fine lines so that I don't get any creasing. So I'm lightly dabbing it into my skin, just lightly, guys, like I'm literally using a light hand, just to make sure that I'm not moving any product, but I'm actually setting. I'm setting it. So yeah. Okay, so now I am moving on to baking, and I do put that powder right on the side of my nose, kind of like reverse contouring, but just to reinforce that nose job that I just did. As you can see, guys, I was just playing with my son there. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna blend out that concealer so that I can set my nose as well. Setting it with the same brush, same powder. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to blush. I got this blush at Dis-chem. I believe it was 34, 40 something, but 34 rands. So I'm just going to use the two shades, and then just dab it onto my skin. And then, guys, as for face powder, if you want to set the rest of your face, that Passion Pro brand has a face powder as well, but I forgot to get it. But in my next video I will get that powder. I still want to beat the total amount that I spent for this face. I want to beat it and maybe like spend less. Yeah, so I'll try to put the total amount at the end of the video so that we can see how much I spent for this face. And then yeah, I'll just try to beat it, and yeah, we'll just see. So right now I'm just dusting off that excess powder, and then just blending out the blush as well. And then to set my face, there's a couple of setting sprays that I have that are under 100 rand. There's Wow Cosmetics, Wet n Wild, and Smudge, all under 100 rands. But for today, I will be using the Wow Cosmetics setting spray. I feel like I'm falling in love with the setting spray, the setting mist. It just removed all that powdery look. It made my skin look fresh, and my skin just looked like skin. Okay. Nothing was powdery. One thing about me when it comes to setting sprays, I make sure that that powdery look, just I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that I've used powder. Okay. So for highlighter, I'm going to go a bit over budget because this is my favorite highlighter, and it's 109. So we just went over budget with like 9-10 rands. So that's fine because this highlighter is the truth. Okay, if you've used it, please let me know how you feel about it. If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Okay, so the one that I showed you before is from Wow Cosmetics as well. It's not my favorite. When it comes to highlighter, I wanted to glide onto my skin. That other highlighter looks like it's glitter. No, not glitter, shimmer. Yeah. So I don't want that. As you guys can see, I'm taking a while to apply this highlighter, but that's because I was trying to see if that setting mist says that it's illuminating or mattifying. However, it does not say. But I could see that my skin just looked amazing, and I just had to go back and see the claims, which it did not include. But this is definitely going to be one of my favorite setting sprays. Okay, so I do want to record a video where I'm showing you guys my favorite setting sprays, because I've been like trying out new setting sprays and I have a lot of favorites. Okay, so when it comes to my eyes, I've already primed my lids with the concealer when I was cleaning up my eyebrows. Okay, so we're still working on a budget, right? So you can get these concealers, this eyeshadow palettes at Dis-chem. As you can see, for that pan it's 12 rand something, but for today we're going to go back into that blush because we're working under a budget. Okay, so going back into that blush using that orange reddish shade, just going to pack it onto my lid, and then I will be blending it out with a fluffy brush. I was finding it hard to pack on. I understand because it is a blush and not a eyeshadow, so I couldn't pack it on. I just had to apply it while blending it out, so I felt like that worked better than actually packing it onto the lid. So just applying it and blending as I go, just dusting off the excess from the brush, just to make sure that I don't get any fallout onto my face, because we're done with the face. Okay, so I am blending it out as I apply this blush on my lid. And then for my lid, I won't be cutting the crease. I'll show you guys what I enjoy doing if I'm not cutting the crease, but I will be going back into my LA Girl concealer, and then I'll just use a dense brush to do that. If you've watched my previous eyeshadow tutorial where I'm not cutting the crease, then you'll know what I am talking about. Okay, so I just picked up a bit of concealer from my LA Girl. Just like I used that brush to rub it onto the brush that concealer comes out with, and then I'm just tapping it onto my lid, making as if I'm cutting the crease, and then just making sure that that's clean and light and ready for the next shade that I will be using. So for the lid, I will be using that peachy pinkish shade on my lid. Then I'm just going to use that brush to tap it onto, to apply it onto my lid. After, I just felt like there's no difference now. They just both look the same. So after applying this shade, I am going to go back into that darker shade, and I'll be applying it on my lid. So if you don't want to do this, then you can use one of the blush shades just all over your lid and then put on your eyelashes, then you're done. But I just did want to use both, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. So right now I'm just going back into that darker shade just to bring back that color, because I could not see the difference. They all just looked the same at this point. So just to darken out my outer V, I'm going back into that shade. Yeah, and just blending it as I go, because I can't pack it on. So I'm just blending as I go. So for mascara, I'm going in with my Essence. I love Extreme Lashes. Just giving myself a generous coat. I don't have long lashes. My natural lashes are really short, but it makes a bit of a difference, okay, because I'm prepping for my eyelashes, false eyelashes. So I'm going to use the same mascara for my lower lash line, just to bring back that, just to bring them back to life, okay? Not too much. I know I can get a bit messy when it comes to mascara on my under eye. And then I'm going to use that shimmer highlighter that I showed you guys before, for my inner corner, because it's just a nice gold shade, very shimmery, so that's why I'm not using it as highlighter, okay? I prefer it on my under eyes and my lids, but not on my skin. So for my lid, I'm going to go in with this glitter liner that I got from China Mall. I believe it's less than 20 Rand for that. So I'm just going to line that part just to make this look a bit more, just to give it that thing, yeah, you know. So yeah, and then after this, I will be applying my lashes from Tandy Gamma. I think it's Lash Me Baby, in the shade Tease Me. So yeah, I'm just gonna apply those off camera and then I'll be back. I will lashes in a shade. I meant in the style Tease Me, not the shade Tease Me. Sorry guys, I'm just so exhausted. But yeah. So for my lips, going back into that Black Opal liner that I got from China Mall, just lining my lips. And then I'm going to go in with two lipsticks from Foschini. I got those for less than 30 rands if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go in with this first one. I believe the shade is nudie toddy, something like that. This is a very old lipstick. As you guys can see, it looks very worn out. But yeah, it's just a nice nude. And then I'm going to top it off with this one that I got recently. The shade, I'm just not sure about it. Yeah, this one is a bit more pinkish. And then I'm just going to apply that onto my lips. And then just to give myself that nude lip, I'm just going to go in with my Eligo concealer right in the center of my lip. Okay. Yeah, and then I'm just going to try to blend it out. Then I really wanted to top it off with lip gloss, but I've been going for glossy lips. So I'm just going to try to keep it matte. I'm going to try, okay? And then I'm just going back into my pencil because, yeah, this is giving me hungry look vibes. So, yeah. I'm just using that tissue just to make my lips more mattifying because that concealer just made it a bit muddy. So yeah, that tissue is just going to help me get a matte look and a matte feel. Okay, so yeah guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Okay.